Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Kucoin's KCS token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, also, I want to mention the two donation links down below in the description. If you want to support Ukraine, you can donate to the Ukrainian refugees or to Ukraine's military. The links are official. The websites are governmental and the funds do not go through me in any sort of way. So thank you all for donating. Let's get straight into the video. So jumping into the monthly chart over here, we have the 55 EMA, which is the red line below here, and the yellow one is the 20 EMA. So currently all we did is we simply had a long wick to the downside here. And as you can see, we got bought up relatively quickly. Like there's a lot of buying power, because this wick is relatively large. And if you close over here on top or above where you opened the wick, this could be considered a bullish hammer candlestick, which is supposed to be the most bullish candlestick pattern out of all. But we'll see how the month closes. We can obviously drop back down to at least the 20 EMA on the monthly chart. So $13.50 is a great entry point in my opinion. Now on the monthly chart as well, we do have a strong resistance level over here. Actually, that is quite thick. I'm going to make that a bit thinner. There we go. So this is a strong resistance level that we have hit multiple times, and we have wicked to this area multiple times as well. So this is $21. We closed the previous 4 months right below this area. So from where we are right now all the way to that area, that gives us a 30% trade, which is not bad at all. This is a good resistance level to take some profits if you're looking for a quick little swing trade. And obviously, if you're looking to get into this project in the long term, then, or for the long term, I should say, then you don't really have to worry about the prices. You should just buy off of support levels. Now, jumping into the RSI on the monthly chart, you can see that we have been overbought here. And you did have a bearish divergence, got the pullback. And yeah, the 20 EMA is your strong support on the monthly chart right now. And let's switch over to the weekly. Okay, moving over to the weekly chart, you can see that we are consolidating in between the 20 EMA and the 55 EMA. This is really good because you do have these large gaps in between the 55 and the 20 EMA, and usually once that happens, you tend to come back down for support, and each time you came back down and tested the 55 EMA over here, and you tend to bounce from the 55 EMA. Now, what happened here is we lost the 55 EMA. We didn't close below it, which is bullish. Okay, you opened a candle above it. You didn't open a candle here, close, but you went back above it immediately, and now you're back testing the 55 weekly EMA as support. And as long as you're in between the EMAs, they're gonna come closer and closer together. And once we break out, that will cause an EMA squeeze, which is when the EMAs come really close together, and then the 20 bounces off the 55 to the upside, and the price slings over its shoulder. And that's what we're looking at over here. Also, potentially what we're looking at here is an ABC correction. As you can see, you have your A wave down, you have your B wave high, and you have your C wave low here. And I don't know if we printed the C low over here, we could potentially come all the way back down here below $10. And this is a good opportunity, good buying opportunity, in my opinion, anything below $10. But yeah, I do think we're looking for a C leg low, and if Bitcoin has bottomed out, then obviously this has bottomed out as well. I'm going to bring out a nice little rectangular pattern over here that is going to give you a very good support area from where you can start entering, and you can set up some buy limit orders in this zone as well if we have another flash crash. So anywhere from $11.50, $11.60 to be rough, all the way down to $9.13. This is your incredibly strong buy zone. You've bounced from this area once over here. You had another wick to this area over here. So you have to keep an eye on this zone. And if you have some spare fiat, you can set up some buy limit orders. Now, looking at the weekly chart here, let's compare it with the price action and see if we have any bullish divergences, any bearish divergences for that matter. So we have our we have our low here, corresponding to the low here on the price action. We have our low here on the price action. So this is effectively a lower low here, and on the RSI, we're printing a lower low as well. So effectively, we're in a downtrend, no divergences from what I see on the charts right now. Everything is reflected correctly on the RSI. So holding the 55 EMA is what we need to do right now. We need the 20 to come back down a little lower so that we could get the EMAs back closer together. But notice that we don't have a bearish cross here. Notice that we haven't dropped below the 55 EMA like some projects did. So KCS is holding very, very good, very strongly here because of the utility of the token. Okay, now let's move on to the daily chart. Okay, moving on to the daily chart, I do want to throw some fib retracements here just to see what are the targets here. So we are going to take the extension levels to the downside just to see if we met our targets. So looking at the fib retracement here, as you can see, we have our swing high of the fib over here, and you have your swing low of the fib over here. This gives us the 1.618 target over here, and as you can see, that has been met perfectly. Now, why was this our target? Is because we lost the first fib level over here. And once you lose the first fib level, as you can see, you did bounce from it as support, but then you bounced back up and you crashed all the way down to the 1.618. You actually held the 1.414 as support with the bodies of the candles, but you did wick down even below the 1.618. So that's why I say this is your target, and you could still target that $9.85. Above that, we have $10.90, and above that, we have $11.70. So this is these are your three major support levels. But on the daily chart, as you can see, we did print a bearish cross here, April 30th, and from there we did drop 50%. So if you saw that bearish cross and you waited a little, you could have gotten a a much cheaper price for this token. But right now we're above the 20 EMA. We got rejected from the 55 EMA, as you can see over here, and you got sent back down to back test the 20 as support because you got a little overextended. And if you notice right now, what's happening is you're sitting on the golden ratio here, just below the golden ratio at $16.20. And the golden ratio is the most important Fibonacci level out of all of them because this is your Fibonacci golden ratio, and this is supposed to be your strong support or strong resistance. Now, if you're coming from below, this is going to be a strong resistance level. And if you get rejected from there, it's more likely you're going to come back to at least the swing low of the fib retracement. Now, if you're retracing from the upside, this is a very strong support zone. As you can see on this fib, we have bounced from there previously, and right now what we're doing is we're either getting rejected here. We actually got almost all the way to the 0.5, so we're either getting rejected from these two fib levels and from the 55 EMA, and we're going to crash back down and print a higher low. That would be good, right? And this would potentially be the start of our uptrend, because then you're going to come up, create a higher high, create a higher low, and so on and so forth. It would be quite bearish if we start losing this low over here. If that were to happen, I would look at $8.13 because that's our second fib level here. So that provides some support. And let's say that this is potentially our low. Let's say we printed this low and this is as low as we're going to go in this cycle or in this correction. Then you put on a fib, you throw the fib on, and you put you take the swing low here basically to the previous swing high, and you get a target at $36, almost $37. But this is just based on this period of time, right? This is just based on this little short fractal. You're looking at $37 here, which from where we are right now, that would be a 129% trade. And if you go back all the way down to the 1.618 and you get to that target once again, then that will be a 270% trade. Now, also what I did want to do is I wanted to throw another Fibonacci retracement here And this one, I'd like to do it from the bottoms here of May. Okay, let's do it like this. So, and I just want to see where we corrected to during this pullback. So I'm going to remove the smaller fib just for now. So as you can see, what's happening right now is we have our swing high here. We have our swing low over here. You printed a high and now you're retracing back. You bounced from the golden ratio. You moved all the way to the 786. You back tested that as resistance and then you came back down and you went as low as the 0.382, which has held us as support in July of last year and in October/September last year. So $9.10 is a strong support zone over here. You have to keep an eye on that. And if we just zoom out here, you can see that our 1.618 target based on this fractal here is $93, which from where we are right now, that is a 486% trade. And I do think it's very possible that we could get there because this project hasn't pulled back that much. And I do think we're going to see a strong rally once the bull market picks up for KCS. Now that has been it for this video. Let me know if I missed out anything on the charts. Please make sure to follow me on Patreon and Twitter. I do post technical analysis on Twitter. And as for Patreon, we do have low cap jump calls, project reviews, my trading alerts, market sentiment analysis, TA and video requests from my patrons as well. And yeah, the links are in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.